In our last creative build, we built this dock with the boat and the mansion just there on the lakeside, as well as the boathouse which I'm currently standing on. It certainly was fun, but did take a lot of time trying to sort this out, and you can see there's the house. But today I thought we'd do something a little bit different, bearing in mind that we have just received gliders to the game. In fact, I'm having so much fun with these, I thought we'd use this as inspiration for today's build. So today I've decided what we're going to be doing is a base on a cliffside with a landing strip for those who want to use gliders. By the way, ooh, almost missed that. This particular save, the one with the waterfall temple, as well as the boathouse and the lake house, and now this cliffside build is available on Patreon to all. So if you want to get access to it, you can do through there. But with that in mind, let's go find ourselves a spot to start working on. I quite like the look of this outcrop here. However, there's one thing, these cliffs are very sheer, and I've realized we actually need some kind of staggered cliff so that we can place down our supports and start building the struts out, and we need to connect them to the floor somehow. So we're going to have to find somewhere that has a bit more access to the ground. Maybe along here. I think this is a bit too big though. Maybe this section here, this could be quite good. I have started marking out where I want to build, and I think if we can build onto this section here, we'll be able to build outwards from here and head up to the top. It's going to be difficult, but I think it's possible. So I just need to get some wood on the go for now, and then after that we need a way of getting the wood up there, probably via zip line. So the good news is that I can place this on here, and then as long as we can push up on one side, we should be able to start working and making it so that this can work as a cliff base. If we cannot remove this, which we can, fantastic, this wouldn't work. But we need to build the scaffolding out now, and then we need to start pushing this one upwards and see how far we get. We're slowly getting there. We're slowly lifting up. It's not the cleanest build, I'll be honest, but we are getting there, which is the important thing for the cliffside. I have noticed, I don't know how I missed this, but this section of the map is, well, not been patched. So we're not going to luck this side, but we're going to continue building this upwards so that we can branch out to this and then hopefully do some connections with struts like that so that we can do the same kind of approach that we did with the treehouse. If you haven't seen my treehouse build, we managed to build a massive treehouse thanks to struts. So do check that one out. I've got a link to that in the cards above now. Okay, so this build is driving me insane, and the reason is, and I've only just realized why, is that if we go up here, across to this, you'll notice that this is ever so slightly on a different level, and because of that we can't support any more of the stuff above us, and so we have to tear pretty much, well, all of this down so that this is on the right level in order for this to work. I am finally making progress. It's coming along slowly, but we are getting there. I can't get up here. The trick is to add the struts to the pieces that are sunken in here, if you can. Not all of them allow it, but if you do that, and you're making sure that you're connecting to them, they're all in line. And so we can go up now and hopefully continue to go up and outwards and build up there. I wish there was some easier way of doing this. It's just so oh, we've got a spot. It's so finicky trying to get this in the right position, but it's building into the gap there, which is allowing us to hopefully continue building up. But I'm worried it's just going to stop at some point, and I don't really want to stop where we are because it's coming along quite nicely. At this point, I'm having a lot of trouble because of the overhang. It's making it very difficult to build upwards now. So I think I'm going to try to cover this up, make it look like a nice little mountainside hut, I guess. Hopefully this will look pretty good, and then we can tear this down. I'm not sure if we can. I'd love to go higher, but I'm not sure if there's a way that we can. At this point, I've torn down the outer scaffolding, and I'll show you what I've done over here. I'm thinking of putting a little storage system in here. Unfortunately, we cannot close these up. I can't place anything down here. It just doesn't show. Don't have a solution to that. But if we go up to the next level, okay, look down, much easier. So to get in, we're going to go up here, and you can see we've started walling it off. Obviously, we have this problem where we can't fill in those gaps at the moment. And I'm going to lift this up slightly so that the roof is on this side. I think it looks pretty cool. The only problem is it's pretty small, so you can't really see it. And I can't get rid of the trees to the right, because otherwise you can see that massive hole in the wall. There's something just not that appealing about being able to see that. I think we might have to wall it off. Actually, thinking about it, this could be the answer to the problem. If we go on the inside and we build from these back, can we do that? No. But I can build from there. Wait a second. We could build out to the area and support this. And so we could... I can house it in. We can go back to here. So in theory, can we build all the way up? Because if we could, that might solve the issue. We could make this much bigger. The only problem being that it'll take us a lot longer. But it would be worth it. Well, just so you know, this is how it's looking for the time being. I'm going to start building on the inside now and see if we can build up and enclose the walls. And jumping on the glider, you can see it looks pretty cool. I'd love to build up onto that plateau, and then maybe, if we're lucky, across to there, but I don't think that's possible. So the bad news is I cannot build a wall onto here. So it looks like that's not possible. I'm still going to see if we can build up though, and hopefully we'll be able to get onto that plateau. So I was building this bridge across, and I got asked to plonk down my wood, and somehow it's stuck. Oh, I can remove it. Interesting little glitch there. It's fine. I'll keep building up to this. Unfortunately, no matter what I try here, I cannot seem to get these to line up. We need to be able to make a square foundation piece, and at the moment I've had no luck with it. Although this is looking promising. I think promising is as far as this goes. Oh. All right, I'm gonna say it. This is the most frustrating build thing that you can possibly do in Sons of the Forest. We've tried building on the inside, and it helped a little bit until we couldn't go any further out, so we've not been able to do anything else. So I am now trying to build this down, and it looks like we may have found... Oh, you see, this isn't working now. Come on, you can go. All right, I may have the answer, and that is we have to come across a little bit further on this side, so we're going to have to replace this platform and make it too wide so that we can then go back and across this way. Of course it wasn't as simple as that. I've tried everything and I just can't get them to work. I'm even trying to connect them here. Don't do this, guys. Do not build into cliffs unless you've got a lot of patience. In my last video, the creative build for the boathouse, I had a few people saying that I was cheating because they couldn't see any chopped trees. And I just wanted to mention that yes, in these builds, I do spawn items in. I do spawn the logs in because what I'm trying to do here is to experiment with creative building. I mentioned it's a creative build. If you want to see me chopping down trees, you can go do that in my Let's Play or on my Twitch streams where we do survival builds. But on these, I'm really trying to focus on working out the build system and how we can work around that with our builds. So yes, I do spawn the logs in, but I don't see the the talent or the interest in chopping down trees for 2 hours to do a build like this, which is already taking me 10 hours to try and get sorted. So yes, I do spawn items in. If you don't like that, don't watch the creative builds. If it makes you feel that the builds are less impressive because of that, then I mean, fair enough. But you don't have to watch the videos. For everyone else, I hope you're enjoying the creative builds. But we are at a point where I think we can connect these up now, fingers crossed. If we grab the rope. I have no idea how this is going to look, but let's see if we can make this work. Staircase rope bridges. I mean, they look all right going up at the moment. I'm just worried it's going to look really weird once we get to the top. The next problem, now that we're sorting out the staircase, is to find a way to fill in this gap. Otherwately, it doesn't seem to want to work for us. And of course, we are trying to expand the height of this. So that's the other thing. We need to go to that plateau up here. But I do think we'll have a little hang glider spot here, because just look at that view. Currently, the only way that I can really figure out to do the stairs, and it's not going to look perfect, is by using firewood to kind of fill in this gap. I wish we could pick and choose which pieces we're showing. At this point, we have finally reached the little plateau up there, as you can see, and I'm going to build that out now. At this point, we're just building this out. The idea is that we want a kind of runway available for the gliders. If we need to get out, we can. But also to have a little lodge up here as well. So at this point, we made a bit of progress. We're still doing the section at the top. We want to have a little hut up here and a little walkway around, as well as the runway, which you can see we've done. I wanted to make sure that we had a nice spot to run from before jumping off. Obviously, we're not going to do it just yet. But the next thing that we need to do is work on the little house that's going to be at the top here. It's actually, now that we've got to the plateau, everything's easy sailing. It's so easy now. We've laid out the foundations and the struts for the building on top. I wanted to take a step back to see the actual build. It's looking like a lot of scaffolding at the moment. We need to improve on that, but I am working on the roof currently. I've seen this wonderful video by someone the other day. I can't remember who it was, but I also noticed that Farket did one today on a gable roof. So I'm currently trying to work out the system on top, and if we can get it to work, perhaps the build will look pretty good. As you can see, we have managed to do the gable. It took me quite a few attempts. I found it quite complicated to work out. And after that, we added this not so steep roof here. I'd love to tie it in with the roof we have here, but because of the gable being on 1 meter high, quarter log high slopes, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make that work. So we've had to stick in a flat surface. But if I can find a simpler way of doing it, then I might cover that in a video, because I think quite a few people would be interested in doing this. But it does take a fair bit of time trying to work it out, because it is very complicated. I'm now going to cover up all of these walls and hopefully clean up the supports below. Once that's done, I think we'll be about ready. But if we head up here, you can see that we've got the little storage room area that we didn't really do anything with. And this goes up into the first, look down to go up. Need to remember that. Here we have the first area. We could shut all of this off by just removing the staircase, and then it's impenetrable. You can bring your logs up here through there, and then unfortunately, despite trying to build up into this area, we couldn't cover this. I just couldn't work it out, so we had to leave that. Then we built a walkway out to here. This isn't perfect, but it allows us to get up here. And then we connected this to here, and we've now removed it. You can see some of the piece of wood just stuck there. But that's all connected. And then we have a little lookout area so we can see what's going on in the trees apparently, or maybe along the cliffside. And from here we can head up the stairs. We have a little area that we can jump out of if we have our hang glider. Unfortunately, when we died, the hang glider somehow magically fell to the floor. So we're going to have to fly it up here. But lovely little view. And then from hello, Virginia, just chilling there. And we go up into the top section, which has the little runway for our glider. So from here we can run to build up some speed before jumping off into this wonderful, I guess, shallow lake. It just looks so beautiful here. And then inside here we have a couple of rooms. I haven't decorated this. You can see we've still got some beams to put out. Whoopsie. We have a little balcony here just to watch the gliders take off. And then from up here we have our little balcony with a load more planks as I was doing the roof. And then through here we have our living area. I haven't actually furnished it, but I don't think I will for these. Until we get some more furniture, I don't see much point because there's next to nothing to add. But guys, I hope you've liked this. If you did, please do hit the thumbs up and let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. I'm thinking either to do a fortress or perhaps to do a mountain lodge or another waterfall build, but tying in the cliff. I never want to do a cliffside build again, but maybe we'll tie in a little bit of that into the next waterfall build and do a bridge over the top as well. Now, the only thing left for me to do is to find a glider so that we can show it in action. And here we are. I might need to get rid of these trees, but I quite like them there. From here, we're going to run and jump. Go into a nosedive before picking up. And look at this, beautiful. Oh, wow. Loving this. And then the only thing left for us to do is to make sure that we can land. But guys, we are going to leave it there. Special thanks does go to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our Solarclipse patrons, James Owen, Firefless, and Trevor, as well as our Lunas, the Calamity, Ben, Star, Shoku, the MN Wolf, and that dude AW, as well as our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Dashlom. Anyway, guys, until next time, as always, ciao for now.